It's Y107.3, that's Journey. If you're like me during this isolation stuff, you're missing the live local music. I know the musicians, the entertainers, they're missing providing the music, but they're helping. They're doing something online, social media, Facebook. They are streaming their music. Paul Quinn, who knows a lot about music in this community, is with us this morning. Paul, tell us how we can find out more about what's going on with the local musicians and social media.
Yeah, well, over the last week or so, there's been an explosion of social media, especially with a local interest. Going back to, as far as I know, one of the first bands to stream some local live music for the hungry fans out here who can't get out was Joker's Wild. It's Kelly Ray's 80s tribute band, and they did one as part of a regional broadcast. It was one of the first, and since then, it's really taken off to where Sunday, John and Hannah Moore, a lot of people know them locally, they're also on HB7 now. They did pretty much an impromptu show in their driveway, and I got word of it about 10 minutes before it started, and I ran over, and as a lot of people know, I do a lot of work for the barn, as I broadcasted as the barn, and they had almost 8,000 views. It's just taken off, and it's awesome. I like to see so much interest and support for local music. The barn is now scheduling bands every weekend now for the foreseeable future to do some live broadcasts, so that at least Friday and Saturday night, hopefully they'll have some live entertainment right in your living room.
You can just go to the Barnes Facebook page to find this?
Yeah, you go to the Barn Facebook page. They also have a YouTube page, which has a couple hundred videos. And, of course, a lot of the other bands and musicians are doing likewise. I know Andy Levesque had a live broadcast, and Evan Abood, he did one. He's one of the early ones, too. Matt Frampton did one. I've worked with him last week. Also, I want to mention Dan Orr, who's an area celebrity, has been playing pretty much every night at 7 p.m., so tune into his Facebook page and hear all the covers and his parodies that he plays. That's a lot of fun, too.
Paul, do you know who's going to be at the barn or on the Barn's Facebook this weekend?
Tonight for the barn and their virtual stage will be at 7 o'clock Justin Geezy, who's in a band called Jay Scott. And he says he plays outlaw country style covers and originals. And Saturday night, Mike Evans, a lot of people know from Block 17, he's going to be live from 7 to 9. It goes on from there. I know next Thursday, Tommy Lee is going to be broadcasting from the Barn's virtual stage. Katie Meadows, and Mike Ratliff, and there's just a whole slew of artists just lining up to play. And they're playing for free. Someone put a tip jar out. But a lot of them, then, even if they get tips, they're splitting the money with the restaurant or the venue, which is really cool. So they're trying to support the venues like the venues have supported them in the past. So it's great to see in the community everybody looking out for one another.
Paul Quinn, thanks for the heads up. Good morning. It's Rick and the More Music Morning Show.
Classic Hits, Y107.3.
This is Assistant Fire Chief Doug Hobson with the City of Zanesville thanking you for making last week's Hunger Network food drive at Seacrest Auditorium a huge success. But our